Well, hello and welcome. Grateful that you tuned in to City TV because this is a Sunday evening like no other. It's always a pleasure to come into your homes to bring you the best lifestyle television program you could ever get. This is the Upside Down Show and my name is Nana Tufo.
And I am Formative, and so you know how we do it every Sunday evening. And today we are bringing you somebody that we all know. She's always been here with us and now she is making Ghana extremely proud. Ladies and gentlemen, when we return from the break, we'll be introducing our guest to you. This is the Upside Down Show, proudly brought to you by Vodafone Ghana. Together we can.
Coming up on the Upside Down Show, we have a conversation with award-winning actress Gloria Sarfo on the show. She speaks on growing up, navigating the industry and her views on it, and new projects amongst others.
Everybody, welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show on City TV. Now today, we are talking to somebody, I loved her before I even met her. And it's because of how diligently she can discharge her roles,
I think she's just good at what she does. I mean, and it's always amazing to sit back and watch her. I mean, you see her, but then you know the video, you know the movie, you know the story. But because of her, you'd want to watch it again.
And you know one thing that is worth mentioning, I think that she made all of us proud as a nation at a time where our movie industry was kind of down, at a point where we weren't getting the recognition we needed out there. So ladies and gentlemen, our guest for tonight is none other than the beautiful, the eloquent, the diligent Gloria Sarfo.
Welcome.
Thank you. You look splendid. Wow. How are you doing, Gloria?
I'm very well, thank you, darling.
No, you look it.
Yeah, I'm stunned. So I just want to soak it in before we even start. So
I can give you some 10 seconds to do that.
Oh my.
Let me know when you are done.
Oh my. I want to take a month's feel, so for the rest of the month. That's many bread here.
That's all baby bread. Do you call it that?
That's a poor cry. So petty oji.
Thank you very much for joining us on the Upside Down.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but how did it all start for you? How did you get into acting?
Into acting. Hey, more time. Okay, so basically, I'm someone who used to love the arts even when I was growing up. And so I remember so well that I lived in Bema Camp. I'm a Barras girl, actually.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll go back to that.
Oh, baby, for complaint.
Yeah.
So, I started from there. Each year we had something that we do, entertainment, and we call it Children's Party. I remember those days at the tender age of 8, 10, 12, thereabouts. I had my group where we did poetry recital. We did basically everything, the arts, cultural, dance, poetry, like everything, and I also remember so well that I used to pick any newspaper I see and I start reading to my peers, for them to, mark me and all that. I see people on TV, they're presenting, they're reading the news, and I'm like, I'm so passionate about that. Yeah. I remember very well, they used to call me Mami Dokri, because I used to love her, and the way I sometimes imitate what she does on TV. We are called so it started from there. I went to fast forward secondary school, and I did a lot of entertainment over there. So after school, I was trying to get into tertiary. I went to UPS. I did a course there, but intermittently, I remember so well that I used to worry the people I knew back then who had something to do on TV. So I'll always, worry them about, do you hear of any audition? I want to act. I want to do this. I want to do that. So after school, I went to live with my uncle in Kumasi, and then I got familiar with Miracle Films over there.
Oh, okay.
Though I started something in Accra, I did something with Revel Films. Okay. And then when I got to Kumasi, they came back there when they had Home Sweet Home. Mm-hmm. So they came for auditions, and I went for the audition, and I was selected for a role for Hotel St. James.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Wow.
back then. It
Yeah.
was very interesting. I mean, those days, I remember
Beautiful stuff,
Hotel St.
Yes,
James.
yes.
It had a lot of creative people, So basically that was it. From there, I moved to the other. It wasn't easy though. It wasn't like...
We'll be coming to the challenges and all, but let's go back to growing up.
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing it for the first time that you're
I'm a bad girl.
Yeah.
Yes, so it explains a lot of things. When I see you on TV and the kind of stuff you do, now I can, marry the two.
Yeah.
So let's go back to growing up. Who are your parents? I mean, starting school and all that. Let's get the basics.
Okay, that. So like I said, my dad was a soldier, my mom was a trader, and I'm the fifth in the family of. I think on my dad's side is 8, and with my mom is 6.
You make me mistake.
Yeah, so I'm the fifth.
I know, right?
I don't want to make any mistake.
Yeah.
I'm the 5th born, and I think on my father's side, I'm the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
All right.
I'm the 8th. I'm the 7th. Okay, so that's it basically. Where now I'll say 5 boys and 3 girls, and basically I went to school. I went to Bema Camp Basic School, First Signal Regiment, and then moved to Ghana Secondary School. Now it's Ghana Senior High School, Ghana Senior Koforidua. Yes, and then from there I did a course in. Then it was IPS, and then I also did a journalism course in Kumasi.
IBMJ?
No.
Okay, where?
So it was.
No, I'm a Kumasi person, that.
I know you're a Kumasi person, Pa. What's that name again? I always forget about that name.
Yeah.
I'll just talk about it, definitely. Yeah, so basically that's it. And I just used to love the arts. I remember so well, even at UPS, I used to run from from lectures a lot, because I'm going for an audition, and when I get the role, we'll have to travel probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I haven't been in school and all that. I remember so well when I got to class one day, and the lecturer was like, he asked them all to clap for me. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. And then apparently, Waba school, because then we went to the Volta region to shoot something for Venus Film and all that. So the passion was there from childhood, and now we're here. So basically that's it. If I remember anything, I'll just...
Yeah. So do you remember which year this was? I mean, when you started running
that was all from 2000.
Okay.
2000, yeah, 2000. 2002, 2003. It started, mushrooming around 2005, thereabouts, where I started getting... And with all said and done, I think that it was Efira that shot me to fame.
Yeah.
Because,
So we're going to ask about that. So at what point did acting become a career for you?
I did everything, Firma. I did virtually everything with all the story that I've told you. Yeah. Basically, I was just giving up, sort of, even at that early age. But then I had a friend in Bema Camp, Akosia Kekeli. She's part of us. And I saw her on Efira. And I was like, Akosia, because Efira was then one of my favorite
TV shows.
Yeah. So I told her, Akosia, Dabeng. Back then I was doing product sampling. I mean, a company comes up with a new product, activations and all that. Yeah, so I've done it for a lot of companies. And so that's where she knew me from, that I was able to do something, the arts. So I told her, Akosia, I want to be on Efira. Was always worrying on her neck. So one day I think the director requested for a certain character, someone to play. I think it was Ija Ferry's girlfriend also. And then the description, fell on me. I was like, oh my God.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Boundary lines are falling in pleasant
Charlie.
places.
So I was so glad when she called me. Oh, I'm a director, so when I was going, I took a lot of things there. Family, different ones, you know. So when I got there and I was asked to do something with Ejafere, it was just a trial, you know.
Ejafere was Katare.
Katare,
Yes,
yeah.
God bless his soul.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So that was it. That was it. I mean,
It actually worked.
that was it. I did
it
my
actually
best.
worked. I mean, there's some
It
of us who
did.
worked the Fura because of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
No, seriously, because, you know, personally, I really love the character of Nanama.
Nanama.
And I also
Everybody
think,
wants to see
yes,
Nanama.
and I also
Yeah.
think it's because of that twist that you brought along. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it was full of elderly people and sometimes difficult to relate to.
Relate
those
to,
people.
absolutely.
But your role was something that we could all
Exactly.
relate to, and you know,
Yeah.
you could see yourself that. I did sister. I said, "Why are you me?"
What you
so small,
and those and the youth Nina, at the time they've grown.
Exactly.
We've grown
Exactly.
together. So
Yeah.
it's like the love has really been there. We've really been consistent. I remember some meet me in town and they tell me, hey, would you hire you? You know, especially boutique owners. Yeah, one will be a picture. Patron and they wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know, they always worried me, oh, hire Adrian, you know. So it worked.
I made a mistake because almost since sign was that time, you know. Brand ambassador.
Really there.
Corporate world, no one say I see what you say.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so at that time now,
Of course, because now showbiz is really a huge
Exactly.
industry
Oh, yeah,
that
it
people.
is.
But back then, it was seen as just some kind of entertainment. You understand? So, at what point did you move into like movies? You know, doing proper movies.
So from Efira, I did some movies before, you know, Efira came up, but like I said, I always want to hear of an audition. So I heard of an audition by Venus Film, and then I went. You know, those days we used to go to Afrikiko. We'll sit there in the morning, like from 7 a.m. to like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and you still haven't gotten any role.
Wow.
And no better now, and then you later watch the movie on screen. TV, you know, then you won't get any
You're
role.
still waiting for audition. The movie is out.
Yeah, so we actually had to go through a lot to be recognized, even at the time, you know. So I did a few movies with Venus Film. I played, you know, minor roles. Sometimes I guess
Venus
I'm
Films
supporting.
was
Abdusalam.
Yeah.
Okay. And then some other, and then Home Sweet Home, Reveal Films came up with Run Baby Run.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay, yeah, I remember that one.
So I was also given a role because I was part of them. And yeah, so basically that's how I started with movies as well. And
before you go on, you know, when you mentioned that sometimes you have to sit at Afrikiko from morning till evening, you know, the notion or the information out there that especially girls, you know, have to do all kinds of things.
Extra.
Now, all kinds in quotes, you know, all kinds of things to get a role in a movie. Did you encounter this? I'm not telling you that, tell me what exactly you did. But was that...
No, maybe she doesn't mind. Maybe she wants to say it, so yeah.
Look at you.
Here they will free our mind, what I say. So did you encounter this? Did you have to do anything beyond what everybody was doing, you know, just to book your seat at the table?
Well, first of all, I want everybody to know that this happens everywhere. It's not just in the movie industry. I think with every, you know, aspect of life, every corporate world, every field, you know, this happens. I mean, we get people who would want to take advantage of, you know, especially girls, you know, to be able to acquire some positions or to have some jobs done. And so it's a general thing.
Okay.
But I will not sit here and say that I didn't get harassed.
Okay.
I did. I mean, I was. And, you know, it was at that point that it was almost as if you don't do it, you don't get anything to do. You don't get to come on screen.
Yeah.
You know, they will tell you in the face that you know. And you know what they do? Sometimes they show you pictures of, you know, other people you see on TV playing big roles. Oh, we cry, see. Yeah, it
might not be true.
And so you see the person all over, and you're like, hey, then I should do it. But I mean, I am daring anybody who thinks that he had his way with me before he gave
maybe
me
you chose people who also have staff to protect. So as in now,
I won't sit here. You know, I always tell the young ones, when I get that a lot in my DMs and all over, you know, I tell them, say, it has to do with the individual. Yeah. How do you believe in yourself? What do you carry? What is inside of you? If you believe your potentials, what you can do, your abilities, you wouldn't succumb to all those things. I tried my best. It wasn't easy. It was not easy. I mean, a few of us tried very, very, very hard to, you know, make sure that we don't go through that. But it wasn't easy. And that's why we had to struggle. I meet some of them now, and it's like a duachum.
Yeah.
They tell people, Gloria, somebody told me that one day I will ask you to sit down and I'll tell your story. Wow. It's a male.
Do we know there's somebody?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. You know, and he said, oh, Gloria, you didn't have it like the way those people had it. So, you know, on a silver platter, you just come and you get the role. Said you have struggled. You have worked.
Yeah.
You have worked for it. You didn't have it, but you worked for it. You know, the person was just telling the story like, so after how many years?
Yeah.
And now it's worth it. Wow. But you know, you just have to push. You just have to believe in yourself and not succumb to that. I don't blame some of the girls who agree to do that, because Charlie, the pressure and the temptation, no, it was just overwhelming. Sometimes it's beyond control.
Yeah.
I remember so well in Kumasi, there was this director that wanted to take advantage of almost all the girls on the set.
Hey, why?
And well, like, it's crazy. And so we all just came together. Some of the girls, really? Okay, so what we did is we sat down and we had a plan that would tell the elders, the people in charge, that this is what this man is trying to do to all of us. And at that time, oh my goodness. So it was hard. It was hard to, yes.
Yeah.
So we did that. And in fact, they were really happy that we were able to come out boldly. Because it was just distracting us. It was keeping us away. You know, I have most of my friends who just fell off because they couldn't stand it. Some of them are in the banking sector here and there, and their passion is not there.
Exactly.
They really want to do the art.
They really want to function.
Absolutely,
in the
but
sector,
because of all those near mano, they couldn't stand it. So they meet us and they say, "Hey, Modia Maya, Modia Maya, dear." It's not easy.
Maybe an barracks no come. My
dad is a disciplinarian. It's what they you know. So basically, and also no ayana me kai mechi. And I think it's also the fear of God in me, honestly, because I wouldn't want to do something that I will regret later.
We are Christian.
Oh, me don't nyami so dom.
And I a liberal Christian. I say only nyame wa.
I always make sure that I give what is Caesar's to Caesar and what's God's to God.
Hey, necessary, that's the command. Yes. You just mentioned that when today you see some of the young girls, you know, doing certain things, you tell yourself that these people have no idea what's going on. Yeah. But when you also watch, I mean, you check social media today, everybody is an actress. Or be a professional actress. How does this make you feel? Is it really, I mean, is it the deal, you understand, to have a lot of people out there calling themselves actresses, but I tell myself, say, now we movie be now, because
that's the problem.
I hear people call themselves actresses and say,
I'll call this in crowd
actresses on social media, but on screen we don't see them.
So we have a lot of people calling themselves actresses, while in actual fact we don't see these people.
Exactly.
Does it cast any kind of slur on the profession?
Well, at some point, some of us were like, "Hey, you know, you're almost giving the industry a certain bad, you know, bad
image,
name, bad image, you know." I think I blame social media. Now there is social media. The world has evolved.
Social media, there's so many power.
Yeah, but the influx, the social media is on now, and almost everything you do could be, you know, could trend and make you a star.
Yeah.
Yes, so to speak. So I think it got to a point, professionalism not call from kakra. So almost everybody was just doing productions. Yeah. Professionals were having it difficult to produce. So almost anybody Albania Kakrabia will start to do a production. And that's where they will use all these young ones who wouldn't go through any process or any kind of training or you know, to become actresses or actors. They just pick anybody at any point and who's an you know, kokoniti too. Some of us, that's one of the things that delayed our progress. Kokoniti too. Onye kokodi and patchot
plus. Plus,
at the time.
You gotta post times
you
two.
have to,
Oh, but forget you be a poker in your
you know, personally, at a point, I was praying so much for female producers, female directors. At a point, that was my prayer. Because Salina, I don't know, but anyway, I also believe in God's time. I also believe in God's time. So with the young ones, I think now we're going back to professionalism, and so we're receiving all those who say it was like a window. All those who. You go to their status, you go to their profile, and you see actors and all that. They just do one or two things, and they think they are over there. And also the bloggers. I think the bloggers also, one way or the other, contributed to that because they will post anything. I should say. I mean, I have to be blunt.
Of course,
they will post anything, probably for some exchange. They will post anything, and so they made the young ones say, "Oh, and then you sit somewhere and you be classified with somebody or actors, colleagues, and you look at them, you're like, what are they doing? What are they bringing on the table? You have to be recognized. You have to be, you have to be known. You know there should be some wow factor about you that when we're talking about actors, something about you can also, contribute to classifying you as an actor, but not just anything on social media and then they get away with it. So the bloggers also played some part, And
right. So now, where is the Ghana movie industry?
Oh, we're doing well.
Where do we stand?
We're doing well.
What are you doing? Then I'm all
We're doing well. Just recently, I heard about the fact that we don't have an industry and all that. Well, it's relative. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I wouldn't want to attest to the fact that there is no industry in Ghana. There is. There is an industry. It's just unfortunate and sad that people in the industry players ourselves are not ready to make the industry look the way we all want it to be.
There's no support.
There's no support
amongst
first
yourselves.
of all. I mean, we just look at here, just right here, Nigeria, and we see how their industry is booming. Their industry is doing well. It's just because everybody contributes their quota. But here, so many of the big artists that both music and movies, they are not even part of the guild, the industry, the associations that will, be able
push.
to help,
Yeah.
you know, and build the industry. They are not part of it. They don't involve themselves in anything. They don't care about the industry. And when you go somewhere and they tell you, we don't have an industry in Ghana, they are now buefu. What are you doing personally to also help build the industry?
But you know,
I think
sometimes too, the issue is it well structured? You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Because you have sat down here telling us that, look at the struggles you had to go through,
Exactly,
you know,
yeah.
and how many people can endure all this to
not
go
everyone.
I
through
think
that, you
willing to
understand?
take
So
that
if I
risk,
have
yeah.
money, if I can produce something on my own, would I have the time
Exactly.
for this? Say, you understand? Wouldn't people rather go on their own to do whatever they want to do?
True.
Whose responsibility is it to structure, you know, the movie industry to attract? Is it attractive enough in the first place?
It is. The movie industry is attractive. I think we're trying. First of all, I also think that we need investors. Honestly, that is our problem. I think that is apart from the fact that we are not united and, you know, the structures are not in place and all that. Another thing is fund.
Yeah,
I think if we get the funding,
if you don't have that unity, you don't have the structures, then you are not positioned to attract the investment in the first place.
We shouldn't also forget that there are some producers who are doing amazing.
Well, true.
There are some producers who are doing amazing and flying the flag of Ghana so high.
Yes.
You know, so we can't just use that side, that part, that one part to, you know, conclude on.
But these are individuals doing their own, sourcing their own funds and all.
to do,
So,
yeah.
for instance, if somebody comes out and say that I want to support Ghana movie industry, I want to pump money into it. Where do they take the money
Exactly.
to? When are you? Do you get where I'm coming from?
We have the Actors Guild.
There was a budget for music that went to music.
We will come back to that. But this is the outside answer. When we come back, Gloria is going to tell us, right? Give us that answer. This is outside job. We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show on City TV, brought to you by Vodafone. Together we can. We're having a conversation with the screen goddess, actress extraordinaire, Gloria Sarfo. And just before the break, we're looking at how to position the industry in a way to attract the right or adequate investments in order to push the movie industry up there. Now, Gloria, I was asking, we saw or heard of a budget for the music industry that went to Musiga. As to how it was expended, it's a different matter. But if there's a similar budget for the movie industry, to whom are we giving it to?
I think there's the Actors Guild. There is the Actors Guild, and there are leaders, there are executives, and so I'm sure the right channels are there to follow. That problem we're having there is just internal, like it's just amongst us. But I'm sure if an investor is coming from outside the industry, I'm sure there will be some structures laid down for that execution.
But why can't we do that permanently? You know, that because we can source funds internally as well.
So now let me say that yes.
Very necessary.
Gradually we're getting there.
Hopefully.
Now we're all getting to the realization that if we're not one, if we don't become one voice, we can't be heard. So we're building on that.
Awesome.
Right, so now at a point where we all felt that, okay, so we are not getting too much from actors in Ghana and all that. Then we had some African awards, and then it was Glow, you know, who had to do all of us proud and all. How did that make you feel? Was it Africa?
AMVC, Africa Magic Viewers
Choice Awards. Yes. So how did you think we were going to win something?
For where? Even in Ghana, I was denied so many, opportunities.
Denied or missed out on?
I don't want to neglect me cry.
I
don't know. There was one thing that I don't know whether fortunately or unfortunately was affecting my brand. The fact that I was doing a funeral. Also we all believe in abrofosem and know that if you're doing something in your local dialect, they feel
and
you don't belong.
We don't do it well.
We don't do it the way
we are
it's
so
supposed
misplaced in the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Anatra.
Yes. So I had that problem where, no, Gloria, someone told me, hey, if I don't start doing the English movies here, I can't be even given a role where I'll play a rich man's daughter.
Wow.
And I mean, what's that?
Really?
Wow.
Like a glamour movie. And sometimes I do movies and they don't even put me on the poster, whether I play lead or not, because they will tell you. I remember somebody told me about a certain movie that I was part of. The lead cast. We're all females, and I wasn't put on the poster. It's not every. Stuff? No, not at all. Okay. It's not every movie you do that you be on the poster. Sometimes depends on the concept. Yeah. It might just even not have anybody on the flyer at all, on the artwork at all. But this particular one, almost everybody, every one of the girls I played with were on there. And I had someone apparently who was part of the production told me that because of Ifira and Nami, and see, the almost target, now I don't meet my karma. My brand,
But why were you in the movie in the first place?
Exactly.
I had a Nigerian producer who I used to visit a lot at Opera Square. And when I went there one day, he told me, I was almost like a family. Yeah. Like family to them. So I knew they were going to have a production. And I said, oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, we could go to, myself and my Thankuma, we could go to Opera Square and series and all that. We've done a lot. And so I went there and I asked the so why didn't they, involve me in that? Said certain, they mentioned his name, told them that I couldn't express myself in the English language.
Wow.
Now that person is singing my praises. Okay. So I don't want to give him up. I don't want to talk about him. Let's talk about Sparrow Productions and the AMVCA. So I remember 10 years ago, I went for an audition for Perfect Picture. Okay. The first one. Yeah. And I did my best, in fact. I tried my best. Because at that time, that stigma not ever. So I wanted something in the English language that can change the narrative, about me, about my brand. So I tried my best. And I was selected first phase, second phase. We're supposed to go back again for, recasting and all that to finalize everything. And then later I didn't hear from them again. And, I watched the movie at the National Theatre. It was beautiful. It was perfect. So I said, okay, that's fine. So intermittently, I got to have something to do with Sparrow Productions. Now after that, I did Peep with them. I did the Vodafone Healthline with them. I did Champagne with them. So I was gradually becoming family. Yeah. So I was called for that role. Yeah. The Perfect Picture 10 years later. Yeah. 10 years later.
Can you imagine? It sounds like something from Jacob's the Bible, something.
Ancient days.
we need to write books and
no, your story needs to be told.
The Bible,
of course, yeah.
Because and sometimes God knows why He does that. Yeah. Today I'm telling this story, and I'm very sure that
somebody's been inspired.
Yeah. So you have to go through the process. Sometimes God chooses certain people to tell His goodness.
Well, and He's really telling the goodness.
Amen. So basically, I got that role, and my scenes were 4. I was like, scholars. So I got 4 scenes, and I'm like, I remember I called them, and I was like, I guess that's the role we have for you.
Okay, no problem.
So I told people very close to me, this is the role they've given you. Do you think I should go and do this? So I decided finally to do it, and we had some back and forth with some issues, and so I almost lost the role. In fact, I lost the role. So I went and I did my best with the 4 scenes. I played a young mother who was fighting for justice for her son. And, you know, I did my best with the 4 scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, I spoke in 2 scenes, actually. The others were just montages.
Yeah.
So I did my best. And that was it. Media Miami way. So when it was time for the screening, they had a special screening. And then, you know, we had a page. We created a page, WhatsApp group. So in the group, people were like, people are commending Gloria for her role and blah blah blah. I remember Shelley posted one very huge, you know, industry player who actually commended my role and all that. And I'm just like, hey, what did I do?
You see?
You know? So when the premiere, you know, happened, I went for the premiere. Everybody was like, oh, Gloria, you did well. Gloria, you did so. So thank you, Lord.
You know, sometimes it's not about the quantity, you know.
I
it's
always
not
tell
about the
them.
many times you appear.
It's about what you bring to the
Exactly.
table. It's about how you execute, even if it's one role. I mean, we've seen people play cameo. They
Exactly.
just, you know, they just walk through, and and then they are recognized. So what are you talking about? So, I mean, thanks to my instincts and also the people around me who actually, you know, pushed me to go for it. So that was it. You know, I just received my local accolades, my Ghanaian accolades. And then one day, I honestly, I'm really a follower of the AMVCA, but that year, I wasn't really keen, you know, I wasn't really, So I was just there at my place, and then I had a call from the guy who played my son. And he said, Mommy, we've made it. I'm like, we made what? And he said, you've been nominated. Watch it on TV.
Wow.
Best supporting actress. I said, where? Say AMV. Say AMV.
No, you must be kidding me.
You must be kidding. He said, yes, it's true. You've been nominated. And you are the only one nominated for the movie. I said, what? This is a perfect movie. You know, that has everybody, all the creatives in there. And even the production work, technical stuff too, was just top notch. So what happened? And I was the only one nominated. I shook the building where I was. God, I
can imagine.
I screamed so hard. I was like, God. The nomination was just enough for me. It was just enough. I remember 31st before that year, I prayed, and all I told God is, I can see there is some veil, you know, because I just looked back so many years in the industry, and it looks like still there's no relevance, you know. So I asked God, I want to be relevant. I want to be unveiled. I want to be validated. You know, I want, what can He do for me? That was my prayer that night. And so when it came in February. Like, wow, God is at work. God is still in the miracle business. So lo and behold, the night, you know, came, and I was the winner. But I wasn't able to go for it.
Oh, you didn't know?
The way I eyed that stage, like for years. And sometimes I even stand in front of the mirror and I'll be giving my acceptance speech. And then when it came at the time where COVID was, you know.
Oh, man.
So it was at the time of the lockdown.
ban of the airports.
I think the ban of the airports and all that. Yeah, I won, but I didn't have the award in hand until after 1 year.
Everything that you are saying, you know, it only tells me one thing. That just keep pushing, just keep trusting the process. It takes one day. And when that day comes, you will be amazed because at that time you wouldn't have to do so much. It will be at a point where you think that
I didn't even expect it.
And I think that since then, the whole story about the brand
everything
has changed. And we know the new projects you are working on,
you know,
with Sparrow Productions.
Yes.
Let's take a look at that, you know, and then come back and continue our story.
Hey, Auntie Pat,
Ma! Oh, thank God. They say they will be saved to me.
Ma! Mokwahi, na suma ka trust ma monko baby a.
Monko baby a. I am to check.
Wo wa hifa na wo ko ma me pani awo ye no. Mimi pese mu wu ha sei. Na Kumasi de why heaven on. Ah? Kumasi de won wu hwe ne wo tre. Jama bi fi jijo. Wahu. Mon ko be bia. Me si mon ko be bia.
She dey run now we la ko min ke ba kwata shi ni fa shi shi. Akwata shi yoro polo nda tu. Ko wo ten chano ni wo ko de ba bala.
Mi won wa ka se ko wo hisia. No nu ela e ba gbala.
Na e wo ke ko wa kutu ye to no ke garlic futu e. Ela eju ofo eja ke je me di jian ela.
Just put it fellow Ghanaians no ma fa mo ba. Hey. Start. Ma. Me si mo ni mechi. Ana me yakwala sa. Me yakwala sa. Ah,
o ka le yo be yin. O ka ko ngo soja ni.
Ebuni.
Hey, na go ngo soja.
Right, so this is the Upside Down. You just saw what next project that Gloria is working on.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about this. It's also a Sparrow production.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, so before I even talk about it, I must say a very big thank you to Shirley Frimpong Manso and her team, the entire Sparrow production team. They've been amazing ever since, we got connected,
Yeah.
They've been amazing. They've been so prominent in my career, and Nigerian Ibe says, I use God to thank you.
You know. So about the
Also role in
production.
this
Yeah.
Yeah,
particular.
so this is actually us in between.
Okay.
Yeah, and we actually did this movie during the COVID era. And it was almost like we all sacrificing to tell the story the world is facing. It was not easy at all.
I can imagine.
But the story, talks about the COVID, the virus, and the spread, and how people were negligent, how people, didn't take it seriously, and the protocols and all that we would have to deal with, even the lockdown and all that. And because I'm sure the producers wanted it current, we were shooting just when the COVID was
happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had really current, informations and figures to actually, help the production. So it was very tough. Leaving your home, thinking, and we shot in a hospital. You wouldn't know what's happening in the hospital, who is there, who is not, who is coming
Was
there.
it shot in Ghana?
It was shot in Ghana.
Okay.
We shot, I think, at Leicester Hospital
Okay.
and some other ones. So we wake up early in the morning, and sometimes we need to shoot before the hospital actually starts
work.
work. So we go sometimes 3 a.m., 4 a.m. We have to be there, shoot till like 7, 8. And then we go back and come back, and we go home and come back. And sometimes we also start from probably 7, 8 thereabouts and shoot up until the next morning.
Wow.
It was some sacrifice.
I would love to watch that movie, because that
definitely.
whole
It was
Definitely.
some sacrifice
era,
we made. Yeah.
That was like a
I
hotel
think
room
The
all
story is
again.
actually centered on a particular nurse who was so passionate about
Her work.
the work, and also the COVID or the virus, and also trying to make sure that everything is done properly, and the management of the hospital gets to have the information to be able to take care of patients. And he was a very passionate nurse, who was fighting so hard to get everybody safe for
What role did you play in
and that's
that
what
movie?
Lydia Forson played actually.
Okay.
But I played a nurse who was, there are some people who had some disbelief. Again, that kind of people, and there were so many people who didn't believe in that.
No, in fact, people still
More
do
higher,
not
still,
believe in
yes,
that.
still.
Yeah.
All right.
Daddy.
So what is this? I played that role. It was how do I even describe my character? I didn't even care about anything. I just thought it was just the whites trying to just create something to put the blacks in a certain position. So I was not really keen about that. I was not concerned. I was I didn't care. I didn't care. I just thought Charlie, who share patients cried, Didi fed and all that, you know. I didn't care about anything. I just thought say we should just live. And I didn't care about the protocols and all that. So that was my character.
And when are you watching this?
And it was just amazing. You should see my scenes actually. Very very interesting.
If it is you playing that role,
you saw that TV. Yeah.
Sparrow Productions, then I know that we are into something really,
I don't care Nesby sort of. Yeah, so it's streaming live on Sparrow Station, www.sparrowstation.com.
Okay.
It's an app, and you just have to subscribe and watch.
Great.
So you need to see that movie, you know. And I was going to talk about another side of the story, you know.
No, but you're giving everything away.
Exactly.
No,
But let's leave the juice in it.
You know, some people
also,
you know, made some acquaintances, you know, during the COVID, and it tells a story as well. There is some. If I had my way, I would just give it another title like Love Brewed in COVID-19. So yeah, basically, there is everything. There's romance. There's everything.
Right.
There's everything in there. Yeah.
Great.
All right, people, go check it out.
We will watch it and give you feedback, you know. But I can assure you that it will be something real
definitely,
good. But
definitely,
we will always come back to Efira. You know, for me, Efira and Taxi Driver, you know, will be my all-time favorite productions of Ghana. Efira, any day, any time. I wouldn't miss it for anything.
It's still airing, though.
Yeah, it's still airing.
But talking about Efira,
we're 20 years and counting.
Charlie,
amazing.
You paid your dues. But talking about Efira, we also have one huge cast member, you know, in our home. Ladies and gentlemen, and now he's also doing something very interesting, you know, wherever there's food, trust the taste of it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jimmy Quay.
Legend.
Please come here so Jimmy can join me there.
Legend. Hi, darling.
So both of you, I feel like we are just left with Pastor Abraham.
Oh,
you know?
And his team, of course.
Then we swear. Bibi Efira and Jimmy,
did we ever meet? Nana Mayeni?
No.
No, do they have met?
Did we ever meet in Efira?
Yeah,
I think we did.
Yeah, we did. But
no, like our characters. I think so.
No, do something.
No, we should do that.
Yes, a scene.
Okay, so you know, my wife is a jealous one.
Yes.
And now that I have money, you have to entice me. Now, to come on your side and leave Adoma.
Okay.
So we'll go.
All right, so we'll do that.
So 3, 2, 1, action.
Hello, Danny.
Hi. No, I say.
Good afternoon.
Good
afternoon, I swear.
Now, what to say?
Mikunu. Granny pa, now see that pen some worry. Me worry.
Mika say Ukunu kwa abrochi ana.
Mikunu abrochi. Granny so sure we me ana meja mapeme life will ring be a Mikunu ring sense me.
So unka che say we.
Ma dear. Masem dear. Me kasa me kan. Edike. Wakosha America be 5 years. One no me sika. Me na won so on sharp of frano. Me wo chire me. Just me wo chire me. And not just a mini ko for you kasa ya. O sin kamin be hu na o wo de. Bia obenya obia page me bia ma me.
Ejuma de wen.
Oh, ejuma bia metimi de ahwe me ne ma me ba me.
Na nti wo chese all this way ada akwa.
Bibisa.
I don't know.
And patrono okra se o ko market
Antonio.
But o say me warning no say me na ma beg.
One him say me to kwan pa. Nti next week Sunday me ko a. Nti ya na wa ko jina junction.
Wow, be pay juma na mama.
Oh, juma dem. Me o pie, unim pie. The friend pie.
Branny. What I said, it's you will see next week, Dabeng.
Sunday.
But say a juma or
yes,
my sister come on.
Oh, Lord.
Really cool.
Simply amazing.
I just felt like I'm watching a film.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Jimmy, how do you do this? You have really been awesome. I mean, with showbiz, when it comes to dancing, when it comes to acting,
talents, man.
everything. How do you do this?
Well, maybe from school.
Yeah.
And I think being in the drama club helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, in school I was in the drama club. I represented the school during dance competitions. I acted, I think in my final year in preparatory school, yes, I acted and, recited a poem. All this, I think it's part of me. And so it's not surprising that some of my mates see me in the media on set and all that. Yeah. So, and with regards to Ifira, I mean, Mark is a friend. We're all DJs.
Yeah.
And I happened to visit him one of the days. He was at home, and that's where I met Kofi Ando.
Okay.
And I volunteered. Yeah, so my first 2 years of Ifira was volunteer.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have passion for the job. Wow.
You were so good at it.
Yeah, because the idea was to make Ifira pick up so quickly. We had go for it, like radio presenters to be. Joe Diggy was there.
Sponsors, so you guys sacrificed for us.
A whole lot.
Yeah, that must say.
Amazing.
At the time Santo was alive. May he so rest in peace. Yeah. And so I actually wasn't the main character for Adoma.
Okay.
I was supposed to be Adoma's friend. But during that day on location, Adoma's husband didn't turn up. So I had to jump in.
That's my kid.
And then that was it.
God works in a serious way.
I have some connection with we started Adoma FM at the time. I met Eunice there.
Okay.
And so the familiarity.
Oh, Eunice Banini.
Yes. So when she saw me and it was like, okay, so now she decided to molest me.
And now you've taken the acting to a different level. Now you are tasting foods.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Because we have the intent of organizing international food contest or festival.
Okay.
That's why.
The Taster General.
Tell us about that show.
Oh, that's the producer.
No, but I'm not the one. We're asking you the question.
But
I'm not Taster General.
Okay, so next time you have to cook.
Of course,
I know how to cook pasta. So don't worry.
So you decide.
Any meal at all.
So we are coming to your
take me along.
Fear not.
So I have my set of cutlery, which is internationally acclaimed. Yes, and I use certified. Yes,
Standards Authority certified.
One time.
ISO 9000.
So you cook, and once the table is set, I pop up from somewhere to come and taste your food. And I'll see how good it is, and I grade you.
Oh, nice.
Because they'll invite
that's a
you.
lovely concept.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yes.
So that's basically what I do on
there. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful, man.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Because, in this country, we have a few generals.
Oh, okay.
We have the chairman general.
Oh.
And Apostle
you
General.
Are for that.
You know the Apostle General?
And we have the Army General.
And you know the Assassin General?
No.
Oh, Reverend McDavis.
Can we close?
Okay. No, I want to stay with the Taster General. I want to stick with the
now that assassination comes inside here.
All right. And so, how time flies when you're really having a good time, So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. I think it's been a beautiful conversation, Gloria. Thank you very much.
But can I talk about, let me just urge people to stream. So Us In Between is actually streaming live on Sparrow Station, www.sparrowstation.com. Please make sure you subscribe and watch. There are other programs that you can watch on there as well. So please do watch and know what happened when you were locked down.
Okay. All right, and so Mr. Manuel Sabonsu, just get an invoice, We'll be breaking it Gloria very soon.
One of these days, you can just invite someone from nowhere, like you said.
Oh, yeah.
And then what else here?
Oh, of course.
We'll find you a set of cutlery so you join. All right, people, it's been amazing as always. Very, very interesting. That's what we're about, bringing you total entertainment right in the comfort of your homes. My name is Nana Tifo.
My name is Premier Dinyami. It's been a splendid evening. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you sometime soon.